So today I want to show you just how I do a couple different designs with some dip powder. The first one I'm going to show you is how to do this half moon design on the edge of the nail. And then the other one I'm going to show you is how to do ombre on my thumb. So what I like to do for some glitter designs is I'll use gel liquids for these. And I already have on my finger this blue color and I've top coated it already. That's another thing I like to do sometimes if I'm doing glitter designs is to finish off the color underneath, so that way when I'm doing the glitter, if I don't like it or something, I can just wipe it off and it won't interfere with that color underneath. So what I'm using today for these is some colors from Pampered Pretties. This glitter color is called Diamond in the Rough, and the blue that I have on is Lovely Lapis. So what I usually do for this kind of design is I'll take some gel base and I'll paint it on my nail in the general direction of the design. Okay, so now I'm going to take my glitter powder and I'm going to just pour it on the edge of that nail. And then what I'm going to do is take this pointed cotton swab and I'm going to just go over the edge here. This will help give me that nice crisp line. And since I'm working with the gel polish, I can have basically as much time as I want to move the glitter pieces around. Alright, so now that that's on the edge how I like it, I can cure this in my light, and then I'm going to go over this with a top coat and it'll be all done. Okay, so now that I've cured that in my light, I'm going to use my gel top coat and just go over this one more time with the top coat. Okay, and same thing, I'm going to cure this in my light and then should be all set. Okay, so this one's all done. You can see this matches the pinky nail there. So now what I'm going to do, since I'm all done with that, is I'm going to move on to the thumbnail. And for the thumb, I'm going to do an ombre. And I'm going to start it from the bottom, going towards the top. So the first thing I'm going to do is going to paint some gel base on here. And for the ombre, I mostly just paint the whole nail just because the glitter pieces can be thicker at the bottom but then trail off and they basically go almost to the top of the nail. So I'm going to paint this on. And then what I'm going to do next is I'll take brush and I'm just going to collect some glitter pieces onto the brush, and then I'm going to tap it onto my thumb, just trying to have more concentration at the bottom. you can kind of see how it's thicker at the bottom and then it sort of tapers off. And if I have any pieces I want to move around or don't like just how that looks, I can use brush to just sort of move some of the pieces to make the ombre effect more gradual. But this wasn't too bad because it was just these tiny pieces. Sometimes when you get into a lot of different size glitter pieces, it's a little more tricky because you have to move those around and make sure they're not too concentrated at the top. But since this glitter does have some other glitter pieces in it, it's got these more diamond shaped pieces and things, I'm going to add a few of those as well. So how I'm going to do that is I'm going to take some gel base on a wood stick, or you can pretty much use any pointed tool, that, or you can use a dotting tool. And then I'm just going to pick up some of the bigger glitter pieces and place them onto the nail. And for this, I just kind of want to do it so it's more random but not too concentrated. More like an accent. And again, the nice thing of using the gel is I can just sort of place these around, and if I don't like it, I can always take them off or redo it completely. Yeah, so this is what I kind of wanted to end up with. Just a few pieces on there to add a dimension for that. Okay, so I'm going to cure this in my light, and then I'll go over this. Maybe since this has a few more pieces on it, I'm going to do the gel base and the top just to encapsulate it a little bit more so there's no jagged edges or anything. Okay, so now I'm going to paint on my gel base. You just work with thin layers here, you don't need a lot. To get that on, I'll cure this, and then the top coat is next. Okay, so now I'm going to do the top coat. And again, I just like to use thin layers here, not too thick. And I'll cure this in my light, and this should be all done. Alright, so now this design is done. I have the crescent moons on both these two fingers, and then I have the ombre on my thumb. And the only other thing I like to do at the end when I'm done is just to file down the top and sometimes on the sides depending, just to make sure I have that shape done. The gel liquids can sometimes get a little extra thick on the edges, so I just like to make sure I get any of that off to keep my shape. And otherwise, it's all done. Thank you for watching.